Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Grugs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery, and we are back with another premiere. And I got something very, very cool from Oknife. I am doing a couple more gear reviews for Olight, and the representative there sent me this Oknife Rubato 3 in 154 cm steel, which I am carrying today. Plus, I wanted to show everybody what else they sent me, and I'm going to be carrying is the Olight Oknife Pro. Now this is, make no mistake, the Pro version, not the Ultra. The Ultra has 100 more lumens than this one, but this is the Stars and Stripes version, and it's pretty cool. And I just want to thank the representatives of Olight and Oknife for sending this gear to review. What are you all carrying today, troops? All right, so this once again is the Oknife Rubato 3 in 154 cm steel. Let's go over the specs, all right? So overall length is 6.77 inch. Blade length is 2.96 inch. Blade steel is 154 cm. Blade thickness is 0.11 inch. Blade style is a drop point. Blade finish is a black PVD. Handle length and close length is 3.81 inch. Handle material is aluminum. Pocket clip is ambidextrous, and it is a tip-up carry, all right? Lock type, they call it a rail lock. It's an axis lock, and the weight of this knife is 2.90 ounces. And it features, let's go over the features, a drop point blade with a black finish made of 154 cm steel, thumb stud opener with a washer's pivot for easy one-handed operation. Handle is orange aluminum, both tough and lightweight, and the crossbar lock, strong and easy to use. And this model is tip-up pocket clip for ambidextrous carry. So those are the features. I just wanted to read those off. So that is the Rubato 3 in a nutshell. So let's take a look at this beast. I'm not sure if they're selling this 154 cm model anymore, but I mean, obviously they sent it to me because I didn't see it on their website. On their website, they had a little bit different steel. So I'm not sure if they just didn't update their website or not, but I did find this information on a couple other companies. But I'm going to double check the website again and see. Maybe I missed it, you know, I don't know. In any case, there it is, nice drop point blade. But if you notice carefully, that there's a little straight back right there, straight edge over here, which I always like. So it'll be better for penetration if you need to get through that cardboard or something difficult, you know. 154 cm steel is very good steel. It is a mid saber grinder, a little bit higher maybe. All right, it does have some small fonts. Some people may or may not like it, but I like the blade shape quite a bit. I like that. I like the way that just swoops down, and I could just definitely see it. You can get in and penetrate, you know, between sinew or cartilage, you know, in an animal or a bone if you need to cut it. Dual thumb studs, a bit of jimping right here, okay. Aluminum handles, nice and thin. And it has the stainless steel liners and these nice column posts. Very, very nicely done. I love the texturing of the aluminum handle. It doesn't feel too slick or slippery, which is pretty good. It is a little on the small side, but it's a small knife for carry, you know. Kind of think of it, I guess, as you know, if you're carrying a Swiss Army knife, you know what I mean, but you didn't want something too big. It's I like it, man. It's a nice little stout folder. Seems really solid. Okay, the lockup. And you can see the stainless steel liners in there, and they are hollowed out. They got some holes. And there, I'll get it in the light, is those column posts, which is really nice. There's the stop bar. Let me just close it, okay. Beautiful straight, you know, very nice. Closed is it's small, so it should fit in the pocket really nice, and you can get some deep pocket carry with this. And you know, finally, a company that is making sure that it's ambidextrous. You know, I do love all kinds of folders, but I do appreciate when the pocket clip is ambidextrous. You know, we all like options, you know, versatility. So a very nice pocket folder closed. Okay. Easy open, flips open real easy with the, you know, one hand, and it closes easy with one hand. It's a nice knife. You know, I'm not complaining, but for me, orange is not my go-to type of color for knives, for handles, you know. I'll still use it, and for some people you might like it, but I kind of wish it was either, you know, a nice olive drab green or a black, but I'm not complaining, you know. And I do appreciate that Olight and Oknife sent me this to test out and show everybody, which is very cool. Now, before we get to any kind of testing, it did come in this Oknife case. All right, it was wrapped in some plastic, and check it out. For those who like coins, comes with a little Rubato 3 coin. So those who collect these coins, I think you might appreciate this. And inside the pouch, you see, is another little pouch where the coin is stored. So very good. It's a nice little pouch. So those who want to store it in the pouch, there you go. And it does come with a box, and it has all the information on here. So if you want to store it again, but I'm going to be carrying mine for a little while. So you open it up, you know, and there's this little lip over here. You lift it, okay, and there's a little message from the Olight and Oknife team. Each Oknife is finely tuned by hand and expertly engineered for the best possible performance. Stay sharp with your new Oknife team. So that's very cool. And then you have a little manual. There's also a little cleaning, you know, felt in here, which is nice. And then they say thank you. You know, very impressive box, all things considered. You know, they obviously definitely appreciate you buying, you know, their gear, which I think is a nice touch. You know, now that I'm really noticing it, you know, and, you know, it might cost you a little bit more, but I kind of like this. I think it's pretty cool. So you have a nice box right there to store it in, or you use it, which is pretty much, you know, what we're going to do. Just some small tests. Let me set up, and I will be back in a second. Okay, I just grabbed a few things, some simple things here just for a small demonstration. Let's take a quick look. All right, see how nice that's cutting paper. So it is definitely coming extremely sharp out of the box. Fantastic. Now I do have a little bit of cardboard here for those, you know, who use their tools to cut up cardboard if you know, have an environment. So nicely done. Nicely done. Okay. 1 second here. Troops. Let me make sure I got everything out of the way. All right. So some tie. Okay. Again, I'm in a complex here that is building like crazy. So they're getting all kinds of resources and material that are wrapped in this type of stuff right here. And this is a perfect little blade to, you know, to use to cut open things, right? You don't need anything too big, or maybe you just didn't want to go back to your truck to get snips or whatever. You have your pocket knife. You know, construction site is a perfect environment where everybody's carrying a knife. I have another thick twist tie right here, as you all can see. I just want to make sure that I don't knock over the camera. And just, whoops, see, I knew I was going to do that. In any case, you'll see that it went right through real easy. In fact, I got a little bit of that plastic right here on my finger. Here is some material that they took the copper out already, but I figure this is still good to show everybody an example, okay, of cutting this material, which is this plastic tubing. All right, and then, you know, if you need to cut around the wire, splice the wire or whatever, you know, the knife is sharp enough to do that, as you just can see. Kind of wish I found something with the copper tubing in it, but again, you know, I just grab whatever they're not using, whatever they're throwing out, just to show everybody. But you could see how nice and sharp and clean that cut is. And if I needed to cut around that copper wire, it is absolutely capable. Okay, so I have a little bit of this rope here. Okay, some natural rope. So it rained here yesterday, and I found some really, really thick rope, at least 3 times as thick as this, that the construction crews were getting rid of, but it was full of mud and sand. I don't know. I still might go grab it, wash it all off, and dry it off. But it was a nice thick piece, and I wanted to grab it. But as you could see, all right, the knife did a nice job cutting. All right, now I have a little bit of wood here. I'm kind of curious if, see if I can just split this. Yep, using the sharpness of the blade, and I did. You could see that, all right? And nothing's loose. Just a small demonstration. You know, I wouldn't ask any of you to do anything like this. All right, but that lock seems to be holding up, and it split this little piece of wood in case for whatever it is that you need to do. You know, make a small little fire for a cup of coffee, etc. But again, just a small demonstration. Beautiful. All right. And a little bit of fat wood here. And if you need to make very, very fine curls, there you go. Make some nice, fine, thin curls, and then with a ferro rod, some kind of sparking tool, like a scraping tool of some sort, spark this up. All right, so you can make a little pile of this right here. And yeah, it's rounded off. I don't know if that would spark the, let's see if I can make a little fluff with this. Not really, but as you could see, you know, you don't really need to do anything heavy duty to get this kind of work done. And last but not least, this wouldn't be a premiere without me making some feather sticks here, or just showing you some of the curls. Right? You don't need a big honking blade to accomplish this little task over here. Again, if you're a hiker and you enjoy using your knife and you like using your skills, putting your skills to work, maybe a knife like this isn't more than enough that you need to take out on a hike. It's got the bright orange handles. In case you drop it, then you know where it is. Okay. Look, it even has a hole for a lanyard, which is very nice. So a very capable knife. All right, you could see the nice curls, very sharp, especially after I went through all that material. It's nice, man. It's a nice little blade, and I want to thank Olight for sending me this gear to show everybody, and really do appreciate it. So that's it, troops. That is the Legion premiere and the demonstration. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Let me bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military who want to get out of the service. They do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So when we're done here, go check out the comment section, description section. Call those phone numbers. Surf those websites. If you know somebody, try to reach out to them. And seek the help you all have earned and deserve. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, as always, really appreciate you all taking the time to check out my channel and my videos. Once again, let me know what you think about this knife. I think it's pretty cool. Can't wait to carry it. At the ready, troops, hold the line. Take care.